And also speaking of this, we are talking about scams, talking about COVID, talking about crypto. Do you guys see the recent news? The digital virus might be bigger threat than COVID-19. By our Deputy Prime Minister, he said this, and it came out on the news.
It's referring to the software virus, right?
Yeah, because everybody is going digital, ma. So everybody's going digital, but they are not spending on cybersecurity. A lot of people are. Imagine now they are using pen and paper to do their transactions or whatever. Then now they are being pushed to go digital because of COVID-19. But a lot of them are not spending on cybersecurity to do the basic PDPA compliance audits, cybersecurity pen tests. Yeah, test the e-commerce system that they are implementing. What can a hacker do? Or maybe the hacker can even hack in and get the database. These are the kind of risks that is all these business are facing. And the Deputy Prime Minister is saying like this is actually even more higher risk than the COVID-19. Yeah.
Actually, come to think of it, it's very true because as a business, if let's say we don't use any secure apps like DocuSign, at least this is what we are using. So at least it's double encrypted. So it's also sent directly to the email of the person, and the acknowledgement must come together. So at least with such applications or even a more advanced one, which I may not even know. So I really hope that you guys can let us and even the viewers who are business owners know about them also.
Yeah, so actually worse that I've seen is like I've seen a lot of personal data going in and out of WhatsApp group chats. Like let's say it's a internal staff group chat. They got new customers sign up or for something because they are not fully digitized yet. The customer is still signing up manually on pen and paper. They take photo of some document. Maybe I've even seen like passports, NRICs being transacted on the group chats. Yeah. So there's a big no-no. Yeah.
Yeah. Government have been trying for years to attempt to push traditional businesses to go digital. So that's why we even have our own SME Go Digital program, right, in Singapore. But it was actually due to COVID, which is unexpected, that everyone had to work from home, social distancing, that businesses still need to operate. They cannot just stop suddenly. And then because everyone had to work from home, they have to use their own endpoints or their own computers. Their network or their own personal devices may already be compromised prior to this. Businesses have to force to quickly adopt digitalization. And then also businesses have to learn to have a mobile workforce and how to have remote workers based, all over. And this puts a risk and a threat to their data, because now people are accessing their sensitive data, the company platform from all over different places, different IPs. And like Dexter mentioned, with such a short amount of time, businesses prior to the COVID did not have a chance or even have the budget to go and spend on cybersecurity for protection, for prevention. So that's why even our Prime Minister said that the digital virus, may be more scary than the COVID pandemic. And now that, we have opened up phase 2, businesses have started to resume, but still by default, workers that can work from home should still be encouraged to work from home. But we can see that businesses, because of these past 2 months, it have revolutionized the mentality of business owners. Now they really had the chance to sit back and see, do I really need this worker or not? Do I really need that worker or not? Actually, without a few workers, my business still can run. Without an office, my workers still can work from home. So this has changed how traditional business office work, and maybe
and what does work from home mean? A lot of people don't understand. Now that if the business can operate with people working from home, means I can easily hire somebody from Philippines or somebody from US that is even better than that Singaporean. So a lot of Singaporeans don't keep complaining about all their jobs and everything, but they don't really know that what this work from home means. A lot of them are saying like, why I need to go office? I want to work from home. Like even in the future, I want to forever work from home. But they don't understand that once work from home becomes a norm, all these business owners can easily hire people from overseas and work from home. They don't need you as a Singaporean.
Yeah. Actually, Dexter, you actually brought up a very good point over here. Maybe you would like to think about it. in this kind of a situation whereby if let's say we are competing with people from the Philippines or even the US, so what can let's say ordinary employed people do in this scenario? So are there any training courses that can actually improve the way that we can do? Can we bring more value to the businesses rather than be totally I'll say become Kalanguni already lah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so for us, we always promote how can you be an edge over all these foreign workers, or even fighting even with against another Singaporean. How can you beat this guy to a sales job or even an admin job? Let's say you're even a HR job, you're trying to take over a job, because nowadays every single job is gonna be touching personal data nowadays, especially customer data, even supplier data is counted as personal data. Yeah, so being PDPA trained, you'll definitely save the company money. So a company will definitely hire you if you are PDPA trained compared to a person that is not PDPA trained, right? Because now it's almost mandatory already to have a data protection officer, and you need to train the employees the basics of PDPA. If not, that person is not allowed to touch the personal data. If not, he will cause an internal breach. You don't even need to wait for a hacker to hack you. Your employee is your weakest link already. You buy firewalls or antivirus also no use. It doesn't prevent your employee from leaking all the data, right? Yeah. Maybe Andy, you want to add on more stuff?
Yeah. So thank you, Dex. To add on, I also agree that now you have to, now that business owners they got 2 full months to go and think properly. Actually, my company had 10 workers. Now, of course, coronavirus hit me, all work from home. To think back, then I start to calculate properly that I actually don't need this, don't need that person. I still can survive minimally lean with this. Sales have dropped. I also can afford to let a few go. Of course, you have to, what do you call that? You have to abide by proper manpower regulations and rules. You cannot just, the tripartite standards and all. You cannot just anyhow let go of people if you still can afford them. But what I'm trying to say is, now that this COVID situation has changed business owners' mindset, they know that they can afford to let people go. You, okay, as an employee, how can you, like what Dexter said, be an edge compared to others? Can be your co-workers, your colleagues, or can even be with regards to foreign workers or virtual assistants now, right? So even you, Ethan, you're a business owner, you founded Policywoke. Now, if I were to ask you this question, you can think about it. Because of this COVID and all your workers have to work from home. What you're doing is online marketing, social media. People contact you through online means. You want to KYC someone, you don't have to meet them in person. You can even use Zoom, right? They can give you an answer over Zoom. You can read the expression, their story, they explain to you they cannot afford it anymore, loss of job. So you don't really need a physical presence face-to-face anymore. And you also mentioned they can use digital signing and all. So to sign documents, send over. And even recently got court cases also. They charge a guy over using Zoom. They hold the court case over electronic means. So you as a business owner, sales are dropping. But of course for you, different story lah. COVID come in, your sales go up lah. But let's say you're a normal business owner, you have to let go of workers, and now you know that actually hire foreign workers who want to work the same amount of hours, who may be more hardworking, who want to get a lower pay than what I'm paying Singaporeans. Okay. Would you A, continue retain your Singaporeans, or B, hire the I would say slightly cheaper labor? Which one will you go for? Ethan, you want to answer, or you don't want to answer also can? Yeah.
Okay. I think it's very difficult to answer this because on one hand we want to support locals,
Sure.
but on the other hand, we also need to justify this as a business cost. So I would say that a lot of employers in this case will be stuck in between because some of all these workers may be with you for at least 3 to 4 years. You know them already, and who knows? Hopefully, if the COVID situation improves, we may still want to engage face to face because there are some people who are still a bit traditional in the sense. So we may still need all these people. Yeah.
I like your answer. It's very politically correct, especially when this video, everyone can listen. Yeah, so we have one consensus from business owner himself, from Ethan. So that's very true. cannot anyhow let someone go, but you have to justify business operating costs as well. If really cash flow cannot tahan, you definitely will think of alternatives. And then that's when, for employees, they must find ways to be able to value add to the organization, be a cut above the rest. Let your boss feel, should I still retain Andy, for example? I can hire a cheaper person. No, because Andy can do this. He has knowledge about that. He can help protect my company with regards to data protection, and prevent me from having a data breach, so on and so forth. So enhancing your skill is one way. And we hope that most people who are listening in, that during these 2 months break, okay, not more so of a break, but rather now you can work from home. You have a little bit of spare time, Example, you used to travel to the office. Now you straight wake up, your desk is in front of you. We hope that a lot of people would have taken the opportunity to learn something new or pick up a new skill. Did you guys learn anything new?
Yeah, before we continue, right, I'm a bit curious. For this PDPA training, right, is it skills future claimable?
Not at the moment, but we are currently undergoing the application. So probably we'll have good news in about end July, so end of next month.
Yeah. But we purposely make it cheap, so instead of selling like $650 and then make it claimable, we already charge you like very low amount, $199. Because when you do the skills future, you also cannot claim the full $650. And now you still need to pay $100 plus. So it's about the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
understand.
Okay, and I just have one more thing that I want to touch on, which I think was is very interesting, which is the Apple Google coronavirus alert system. Dex, you heard of this?
Yep. So it's basically the Trace Together app API. So there's a big debate, big hoo-ha. Singapore wants to create their own Trace Together app versus Google and Apple's API that they are developing for the contact tracing. Yeah. So now government has decided not to use the Apple and Google's API and decided to continue using their existing app and continue. I mean, now they're going to issue a device like a wristband for you to carry around. Do you all hear about all this? So what are your thoughts? Are you going to carry the wristband around?
I would. I mean, assuming that I believe that all these wearable device will protect my personal data, have personal data protection in place, then I'll wear that. I'll wear it. Yeah.
There's one critical factor that a lot of people are concerned about, which is their personal privacy. What would the government exactly use the personal data collected, and they know it's you walking here, going there, at what time, reaching where, and doing what? So a lot of people are concerned.
And their defense was that only a small group of people will have access to your data, and they will sign the Secrecy Act agreement, which for me, I think that agreement is useless. Like if the person really want to take your data.
I think in fact on the news, right, we do hear about I think 4 people, 2 ladies, 1 guy, and 1 still pending investigation about the Official Secrets Act about this.
That's why people sign the agreement, they're still gonna do it.
Ethan, you're referring to the one whereby they have explicit knowledge about news before it's going to be released, right? And they send out to their friends in WhatsApp, right? Yeah.
It's like insider information.
Yes.
And because of all this, there's also misinformation. The more levels there are in the information flow, right? The more there's a chance that the data or the information may be changed. You play those kind of game, everybody look in front, the guy behind tap you, turn around, do some action, the guy turn behind, do some action again. By the time reach the last guy, information is totally, garbled already, something else. So when people spread through WhatsApp also, sometimes people change the words here and there, or people speculate or assume something. Then it becomes a cause for worry, because then the information can be totally changed, and then maybe, let's say someone sends out information, phase 2 will reopen on this Friday. Maybe the information reach and spread out becomes phase 2 will be extended until next year Good Friday, for example. Then people start having hoo-ha online debate and cause all this kind of unnecessary unrest. So that's why.
But the biggest flaw is that the Trace Together app sucks up a lot of battery on the iOS device. And because the iOS device, you cannot off the app. You need to leave it on. At the moment you exit the app, your Trace Together shuts down. So while you're using your WhatsApp, your Trace Together is off. And how often do you use WhatsApp? That's why it's very inefficient. That's why Apple and Google came out with their API to make it able to work in the background without opening the app. Yeah, but the government and Google and Apple API is very, very privacy focused. They won't really give up the individual's full whereabouts if the individual doesn't give permission to. Yeah, which is why the government say it's not good enough. The government wants to track.
Oh,
that's why they're not using.
Yeah, and I think I saw one of the news article. They did say that they are trying to implement the lightest or the lightweight Bluetooth technology, the latest version, so that it doesn't sap as much battery. But I can't confirm what's the status of that. And also that it will sync at periodic times, and only when they need to perform contact tracing, that oh Dexter, you were out somewhere at which you shouldn't be, and oh no, you kena coronavirus.
Basically, you have the bracelet. You don't even need a phone. That's why they created a bracelet. The bracelet is the reason for creating a bracelet was saying that a lot of people don't even own an iPhone. But come on, how many people in Singapore don't even own an iPhone? I mean, don't own a smartphone device. Yeah. So smart device, almost 90% like in Singapore. Only 10% maybe not owning smart device. But they are worrying about the small minority when even the smartphone users now you have difficulty convincing them to download the app. Why are you worrying about the 10%? You're worrying about the wrong things.
I also just thought of something. What if a rather significant group of people all purposely off their phone, or say, oh, my phone no battery, what can you do? You expect me to have a power bank with me at all times and charge my phone so they can connect? Then how? That will also be a problem. Yeah.
Yes, I think there's really too many concerns over the use of trace together. So I don't know how the government can settle this even.
The only way you're gonna make it successful is by forcing, saying like it's just like mask. If you don't go out, if you go out, you don't have your device, this device on you cannot go out. That's the only way to make it a success. But that is gonna cause a big hoo-ha. I don't know how they're gonna resolve that.
And need to already inform every single individual in Singapore, and also mail it out to every single person, or like set up booths at community centers. Everyone must collect it, and by a certain deadline, and everyone must link to the app. No issues, you're logged in, and then from a certain date start to implement and do random spot checks that a policeman can stop you. Show me a token. If you don't have, jalat, penalty or fine kick in. Can you imagine the amount of work to really implement and execute this exercise?
Yeah, hopefully all this goes away before you even need this contact tracing. Hopefully a vaccine comes out before that. I think a vaccine comes out before you even can convince the whole of Singapore to really wear the device. Seriously.
Yeah. But it's also good practice and keep us on standby. Now that we know coronavirus hit us so hard, then some years ago we had the SARS. So with all this knowledge that we have now and preparedness, maybe if hopefully not touch wood, but if the next pandemic hits, we'll be more prepared lah. So this may kick in then, but hopefully not now.
Yeah, that's really a lot of insights from Dexter and Andy over here, man.
Thank you. Always happy to share.
Stuff.
And we learn a lot from you as well. I really opened up my mind today that people can actually sell off their policies, even though they're not encouraged to, unless they absolutely have no longer the financial means to service their policies, they can actually go to you guys, which is Policywoke, to sell off at a higher premium than what they would have got if they go back to their insurance companies. So with that, thanks guys for joining us. To our listeners, okay, if you like what we shared today, what we shared was interesting, entertaining and educational for you. Okay, feel free to like, subscribe, and share our videos. Again, with us today, we have Dexter from Anti-Hack. We have Ethan and Jimmy from Policywoke.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for coming on our show. And we will tag you lah. We will tag you on Facebook as well and your LinkedIn, and then help us share the video when it's out. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. We had a great talk. Learned a lot today. Okay, see you soon.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.